It's a Mavs Mailbag Monday on the DLLS Mavs Show as we answer the most intriguing questions about this team this upcoming season, plus a little Mavericks buy or sell. All that and more coming up next on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Hey, what's up, DLLS Mavs Nation? It's your man, Kevin Gray, alongside Mavericks beat writer Tim Cato, Mavericks analyst Bobby Carrillo. We, of course, are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys covering your favorite team. Just over a week away from our one-year anniversary here at DLLS Sports. It's a Mavs Mailbag Monday here on the program today as we answer the most intriguing questions that you had to ask us as we get ready for this upcoming season. Plus, we'll play a little Mavs buy or sell a little bit later on in our show on this marvelous Monday. Tim Cato, what's going on? How are you?
Doing okay. Got a little neck stiffness that I don't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to work that out a little bit.
So here's the question for chat today.
Okay.
Here's our topic of the day. How does Advil work?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody here is like kind of in the Advil industry
or unbranded aspirin.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Or acetaminophen.
I'm shilling Advil on the show. This is kind of anyway. How
I'm
does
just
it
trying
work?
to keep with the theme of the show that we got going on
I
here.
would just like does it go everywhere and then decide where it like or settles, or do they have like little nanobots in there that just send it different places that matter? I would like somebody in the chat to tell me this. Chat, if you let me down on this, if somebody doesn't have an explanation, I'm leaving.
Oh, wow. Just going to get up and leave. Okay.
I'm just asking
Really
chat
tough.
to come through for me
Oh, okay.
in ways that I've come through for them in the past.
Got it.
It seems fair. As I slowly crane my neck to look at you.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't want you moving your neck too fast today because clearly you got some
I'm good.
issues you're dealing with. Carlo, what's going on?
My weekend was great, KG. It was Pokemon World Championships.
Okay, how'd that go for you?
It was incredible, man. Congrats to Peru GG for winning the Unite title. It was a great set in the finals. Also, really big upset victory actually over Luminosity in the semifinals. It was a lot of fun to watch. Congrats to Gio. It's an American bringing home the VGC title.
Reina?
Taking down
Explain
James
his
Evans in the
club
final. It was a great set too. Really, all of it was fun, man. All of it was fun. And another big weekend coming up if you play Go. So it is a big time for Pokemon.
So for those who don't understand any of that, was the favorite? Did the favorite win?
None of the favorites won.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of upsets.
Yeah.
in the
A lot of
tournament.
parody.
It's fun to watch.
So it's kind of in its NBA era.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, Pokemon is in its NBA era.
Yeah. Was there a Rayquaza?
There is in every game in Unite. We'll talk about it off
There we
stream.
go.
Okay, you're willing to talk about a little bit of it on, but then when we're finally getting to the interesting part I care about, you're like gatekeeping.
That's right. We'll talk about it later. That's right.
Oh, show chat. You guys want to know about this?
See what happens
no,
if you
sir.
take like 15 Advil right now.
Or unbranded aspirin. Shout out to my wife. It was her birthday this weekend, so happy birthday to my wife. She had a great day over the weekend. I didn't have such a great time. It was English Premier League weekend.
Oh, that's
Premier
right.
weekend. Yeah, man. My Red Devils lost at home at Old Trafford to Arsenal yesterday.
I heard y'all played really well.
We did play well, but
then isn't that all you're asking for?
we don't look. We're 0-5-2, I think, in our last 7 matches against Arsenal. So and Old Trafford. So I'm not happy that we keep losing to them. So
Palace took home a scoreless draw against Chelsea in what is probably going to be Ozzy's last game with the Eagles, which is
I don't know why you're
pretty
telling
tough.
him. Just because he wants to go?
Apparently wants to play Champions League.
Oh, well.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, y'all don't really know about that, do you?
No.
Well, Crystal Palace doing more winning than my Manchester United these days.
Damn
so.
right.
Unfortunately, that's what it is. Let's get to our Mavs Mailbag Monday before I get even more upset after what
Dortmund
happened this
hasn't
weekend.
played yet, by the way.
Okay, we don't care about the
1:45 today.
The
PFP
1:45
call.
Okay.
Yeah, we kick off today.
Shout out to the Bundesliga. Let's get to our Mavs mailbag today here. We got a lot of questions that you gave us that we're going to answer here on today's show. And we're going to start off with a couple here. Somewhat to do with Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, who's going to play 30 minutes or more as the league starts for the Mavericks this upcoming season. But let's get to our first one here. This comes from Lone Star Flag on X. Shout out to you. What's the one thing aside from Cooper Flagg that we're most excited about this season, gentlemen? The most excited thing about the Mavericks outside of Cooper Flagg, Tim Cato?
Games.
The actual games themselves?
I miss there being basketball to talk about. I'm definitely really excited for game 1. Right after that, I have a lot of excitement for game 2. Kind of so on and so forth.
Your
down
excitement
the
just
list.
continues to get more and more as the games go on. Got it.
Like people actually playing basketball on the court. Oh my God, I've never been more ready. I'd say in addition to that, Brandon Williams is certainly a person to be excited about. He's the guy who I have the least certain expectations for, I guess I would say, where it could go amazingly and he could be playing as many minutes as D'Angelo Russell. I think there's a scenario where that could happen. I think there is equally a scenario where he is not in the rotation, or he, kind of flits in and out, bounces in and out, that people like Dante Exum, Max Christie, even though Max Christie is not a point guard, but if you're talking about the guard position, there's only so many minutes to go around. There's a lot of people potentially in the rotation. You got to have minutes for some people somewhere. So if Brandon Williams isn't cutting it, then it might be a situation where you would rather a more effective Max Christie in a different role taking up those guard minutes. I hope that's not the case. I hope that Brandon Williams is getting 20 a night at minimum, and I hope he's earning them. So that's the guy I think who has the most variance on the team next year. So I am interested in seeing what he can build on from what he did down the stretch of last season.
I'm excited to watch Derek Lively. I'm excited to watch Kyrie Irving. The reason obviously it's fun to watch Kyrie, but this is the first time in a really, 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 really long time around the Mavs where we're not going into a season just knowing that from opening night we're going to get to watch a guy or several guys who have achieved like mechanical and technical mastery of the game and also play with like a high level of artistic expression. Like going back 20 years, you got Dirk, you got Nash, Michael Finley, same thing.
Josh Richardson.
Yeah, Josh Richardson. But like, Luka, even JJ Barea, like Kyrie, obviously. There have been so many players over the year that are just like, they're just so good. They've mastered the craft. They're either old and sage or they're young and upcoming. They play with a lot of flair. There aren't a lot of players on the team, or really any players on the team outside of Kyrie, that have that kind of, maybe Cooper develops that over time. Maybe he comes right out of the gate with it. But in the meantime, I'm very excited to watch Derek Lively because I think he's really good. I think he's very good. I think he's probably
good.
He could be their as second or third best player without Kyrie
before Kyrie comes back. I mean, we've been saying
between him and Coop, I would think.
Yeah. I think that's where we're at. I mean, it depends on what.
Like, it's kind of easy to forget about him, I guess is what I'm saying, because he played 5 games at the end of the year and was not himself, or 10 games, whatever it was. And before that, he'd played without Luka for like 3 or 4 weeks and then got hurt, and then Luka got traded. We just kind of forgot that he existed for a little bit. But like, don't forget about that guy. He is amazing.
Yeah, I never forgot.
Good.
Yeah.
I think the thing I'm most excited about this year is the adventure that's going to be point guard. You started to allude to it, Tim, a little bit with Brandon Williams and his potential development. This team signed D'Angelo Russell this offseason. What will that look like for him as he tries to stem the tide until Kyrie Irving comes back? Obviously, the Mavericks are going to be going really big this year with the front court that they have. But the point guard position, I think, for me, is going to be the most exciting because it may vary from night to night on what that looks like, good or bad. And what that means for this team to remain competitive until Kyrie Irving comes back. So,
spoken like a true masochist.
I'm just saying, look, if nothing else this season, this team will be entertaining on a number of levels, whether it's Cooper Flagg, whether it's the D'Angelo Russell experience, whether it's the whole big experience, whether it's Cooper Flagg playing point guard. There's going to be a lot of things that will be intriguing to watch. If nothing else, this team will be entertaining. The results on the floor will vary, obviously, as the season goes on, but there will be a lot of things that we'll keep our eyes on because there's just a lot of things to keep our eyes on with this team this upcoming season.
A lot of things. Thankfully, we have many eyes.
We do. We have plenty of eyes. And
like 2 per person at minimum.
that's right. That's
Although I will say the average number of eyes for all humans everywhere is less than 2.
well, I have 4, so I'm doing double work here on my time. So it helps.
You still have 2.
Next time,
You're really laboring to
yeah,
I want you to rotate at the hips, dude. Like it's stressing me out watching you.
He is like not. Yeah, there you go. That's a little
I even
better.
suggested, I was like, maybe you should sit at the end today.
Nah.
so
Yeah,
you
you
don't
wanna
have
switch
to
so
those
he
do
can
this.
look left the entire time.
And
look
he was
safe
like,
left.
no, I got this.
Nah, I got this.
Neck will be just fine.
Moving gingerly.
Before
Yeah.
we take our first break, let's get to the next one here, and this comes from Diehard Wadeward, part of our Diehards, DLLS Sports, of course. Who on the team, Bobby Carella, do you expect to start the year playing 30 minutes or more per game this season?
I don't know. Well, 80 probably. Outside of him, I don't know. I don't know if anyone will. Maybe Cooper, but I have a feeling maybe not like the first 10 games or whatever, but certainly for the first game or two, I wouldn't be surprised if J-Kid does with Cooper what a lot of NFL coaches do with the rookie running back, which is kind of like, let's just throw him out there for like a little bit the first game, just because I'm not sure he knows how to pick up a blitz yet. And then he does it one time, and you're like, all right, you're good. You're good. So maybe opening night, Coop plays like 28 minutes, and then after that, he's probably going to play a lot. Otherwise, that might be it. Unless Lively's not available, in which case Gaff might. But I think it's going to be a lot of 26 to somewhere between like 22 to 26, 27 minute per game players.
Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg both should be above 30, and I think we'll be above 30. Cooper at times, especially early on, might be, like you said, 25 to 28. I think that's plausible, but he should be getting minutes. I mean, by his standards, PJ Washington should be getting 30 minutes. The question is, will he? But he's been a 30-minute player for Dallas. He has earned that. He was a 35-minute player on a team that went to the NBA Finals, and we expect him to most likely be coming off the bench, though TBD. We still don't know that for sure. We know that Klay Thompson will not be a 30-minute player. He wasn't last year. I don't even think he was with Golden State 2 years ago. He'll settle into the 24.
I don't know if he's been since before the injuries.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe very close, like that first season.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so, yeah, they have a lot of depth. And so I agree that it is going to be a lot of like 28 type, like 28 minutes for a lot of players. But
Mason says that everyone's going to freak out whenever D'Lo plays 30 minutes.
I was about to say
I'm
D'Lo.
not going to
People
freak
will.
out. I think he's going to regularly play 30
I would
minutes.
freak
honestly.
out.
I think he's going to start the year getting.
He's your
something close
primary
to 30.
point guard. Like, he's going to
I
get.
think he's their second best point guard. Or third.
Who you have ahead of him?
I think Brandon Williams is better for this team.
So are you going to start Brandon Williams over? Would you start Brandon Williams over
Well,
D'Angelo Russell?
whatever hot sports opinion is that Brandon Williams is going to play so well that he will be the starter.
Okay. So who's the second one then?
Well, Kyrie, but
Oh, okay. I'm talking
Yeah.
about who's healthy and available right now.
yeah, the second would be D'Lo. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the knife,
I don't
or whatever his name is.
Right. Exactly. We still don't know
Yeah.
yet. We still trying to figure
Mavs.com listed Cooper Flagg at point guard.
It
Or
did.
not point guard, just guard.
Guard and
just
forward.
Just guard. Guard and
Just
forward.
lying. Who is Mike? I mean, I know who Michael Keaton is, but Cato moving like Michael Keaton Batman. What does that mean?
I barely get this reference, but I get it well enough. Michael Keaton Batman was a Batman that was just like old. Like the actor was old and stiff, and all of the action was just not very
It was
believable.
less so about the actor. It was more just the costume, the way the costume.
And I would
That's
probably
right.
go
That's
George
right. That's
Clooney
right.
more than Michael
he couldn't
Keaton,
move his neck,
honestly.
so all of his turning, which
Yeah.
no one can see what
Tanner's
I'm
right.
doing, but
Yeah, Tanner's
Yeah.
right.
Just imagine Kato in the Batman costume. That's what.
Yeah,
Michael
let's not do
Keaton was
that.
doing.
Oh, that should be your Halloween costume this year. You just come in as Batman.
I'm just like my neck is just broken forever now. Don't wish this upon me.
No,
It's fine.
I'm
It
just
happened
saying.
an hour ago. It's gonna be
Well,
fine
if you're
by
going to be
tomorrow.
that manic, we're not inviting you to the party.
You're right.
Oh.
Exactly.
The
Be
Halloween
cool.
party?
Yes.
Y'all did one last year without me? You didn't invite me last year.
I don't think we did.
I don't
right?
think
No,
we did.
but
Yeah.
you were allowed to dress up on shows, but I don't think any of us did.
None of us did.
Yeah, I don't
we
think
even
we
record
did.
that
Shout out to Ludwig though, who showed
Maybe
up as
we
the
didn't have a
Joker
show
for
that
Halloween.
day.
Yeah, I think we were off.
there's a game that
Yeah.
night.
That
was a game
Or
that
maybe
night.
we were off or there's a game.
Yeah, no, it was the Pacers game was that night. I think Mavs lost by
That was
a
scary
lot.
enough as it was.
That was freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elliot's got a hot take. He says Ryan Nembhard is better than all of them, Corella.
It was actually Houston. It was not the Pacers. That's my bad. And
But they still
also,
lost.
that's a great take.
We'll continue with our Mavs mailbag throughout the course
They did
of
lose.
the
That
show.
game
But
sucked.
coming up next year on the DLLS Mavs podcast, let's play a little Mavericks buy or sell Southwest Division style. Well, I've got some statements from my guys when it comes to the most intriguing things that could be happening in the Mavericks division this upcoming year. All that and more coming up next year on DLLS Mavs.
Whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees, Brandon Bills has you covered with performance and style. I did check their website. They are not yet doing neck braces, but I will put a line in to the company. We'll see if we can get something to happen. But if you are looking for gear that's going to make your brand stand apart from the crowd, Brandon Bill also has you covered with the best custom headwear. You start that order and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel you need. Let's say if you're Mark Stein and you want like a custom fitted, a custom trucker that's DLS branded,
He does wear a
only
lot of
one in
those.
existence that exists. Brandon Bills is a great place to help with that. Brandon Bills also has a partnership with 40 colleges as part of their campus collection, including TCU, Texas Tech, and Texas. Head to brandonbills.com and use code BBDLLS for 15% off your first order.
We may still be in mid-August, but it's still hot outside. And if you want to enjoy the outdoors with some cool beverages, you got to use Rugged Road coolers to store them. With Rugged Road, they're dedicated to creating innovative and durable outdoor gear for adventurers who demand the very best. Our products are designed with the highest quality materials, ensuring craftsmanship, ensuring they perform in the toughest conditions, whether you're on land or water. They're crafted to handle the toughest environments. Their coolers, of course, are built to last, ensuring they keep up with any adventure. Coolers are guaranteed to keep their contents cool for up to 7 days, but oftentimes much longer than that. They're perfect for a variety of outdoor activities when it comes to tubing, to camping, to fishing, to tailgating. Rugged Road has you covered with all the needs of every outdoor and sports enthusiast. In fact, I got one too. Right there, you can hear how durable that baby is right there. So gear up for your next adventure with Rugged Road coolers. They're reliable, durable, and built to be used. Rugged Road is your ultimate outdoor companion. So make sure you head to ruggedroadoutdoors.com and use code DLLS for 10% off today. We're hanging out here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Shout out to all of you with us here on this Monday afternoon. We are just over a week away from celebrating our 1-year anniversary. We're working on some pretty big stuff here at DLLS Sports, specifically for the DLLS Mavs Show. So the easiest way you can help us out here is to subscribe to DLLS Sports and join the over 29,400 subscribers.
Ooh,
here
we're close
at DLLS Sports.
How close?
To
to 30K.
Like 3 away?
No,
Oh.
600 away.
Oh, that's kind of like 3 if you round down.
Cato, you got to lock in, my guy.
I am
You-
so locked in. I have never been more locked in.
Clearly your
Cat,
neck.
I'm locked in.
so
Do you
locked
guys
in.
seem
Your
locked
neck
in?
is definitely locked in. That's for sure. That's right.
I thought you were supposed to be on my side. Cat's off camera.
Cat's
We're talking
off
to her.
camera.
Yeah.
Let's talk more, I should say. And some Mavs buy or sell here on the show today. I got 3 statements from my guys and for you as well that I want you to weigh in on when it comes to the Mavericks in the Southwest Division. Even though we don't necessarily care about divisions, we're going to care about it here in this particular segment. Starting with statement number 1, Jen, a little bit of a hot statement to start off with on this Monday. Cooper Flagg, Bobby Krell, I'll start with you on this one. Cooper Flagg's addition to the Mavs will have a bigger impact than Kevin Durant's to the Houston Rockets
Like for this year,
this year.
I'm selling all, like I'm liquidating everything and I'm fleeing the country.
You're selling it all off.
Yes, I get all of this as
You're
far
shorting
away
it?
from my portfolio as possible. Yeah,
You're shorting it.
yes, and I'm shorting. Yeah, I'm buying a yacht in advance.
Ooh.
I'm selling super hard.
I got folks
Like-
already disagreeing with you in the chat. Mason Moneyball
Whoa,
41.
Okay.
Can I ask about the yacht?
Let me. I'm gonna be a cynical d-bag for 1 second.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Wow. Okay.
I will say the Rockets, even if they didn't get KD, they would only maybe fall 2 or 3 spots in the standings from where they were this year.
Which was a 2 seed last year.
Cooper being on the Mavs versus being off the Mavs is probably like a 5 to 10 spot difference in the standings. So that is a huge difference. But the gap from being like a bad team, which is what they would have been without Cooper, to a play-in borderline top 6 team, if all goes well, is much, much, much smaller than from like top 6 but not really contender to might win the championship.
Yeah. I thought you were going to weigh in on this.
No, this is your turn. You got it. You go ahead.
I mean, Kevin Durant is going to be a better basketball player than Cooper Flagg is next season. I just don't see any other way around it. I have argued that Kevin Durant's addition to Houston is not, like, maybe it's a little bit less than the sum of its parts. Maybe it's, but I still think it matters. I still think it's important, and I still think he's a better player. I think he impacts winning more than Cooper Flagg is going to next season. I think Cooper Flagg probably, I don't know, man. Yeah, there's just I got to sell that. Like, there's just no way.
But also, I mean, Cooper's addition is like, okay, there is a future here. There's like a foundation,
right?
And all that stuff matters way more, 5 years from now than Kevin Durant, who will probably be retired 5 years from now. So, like, sure, I'll. How about this? I'll buy long.
Oh, long play here on this one. Okay. Mason Moneyball 41 says absolute buy. Also, that's an easy buy. We got another comment that says that. Patrick from Sweden says Flagg impact is going to be bigger. So yeah,
I could get on board with this a little bit more if Cooper Flagg was like a plug and play guard who instantly
hell, he
made
might
up
be
for,
the way at this rate.
and I have doubts that is going to go perfectly and just going to elevate Dallas into, him being a Kyrie replacement and then a Kyrie play alongside type guy. I think he's going to be awesome. I've been very clear about this. I just see Kevin Durant's impact instantly filling a roster void that they needed. Whereas
easy
Cooper
offense maker.
Whereas Cooper fills a talent void that Dallas needed. I'm going to go with the more talented guy at the end of his career who fits more of an immediate roster need than the guy who's, going to be a better player over the next 5 seasons than Kevin Durant just because of age and is going to give Dallas a future, but maybe isn't next season, going to elevate them to that level.
I'm going to give the slight edge to Kevin Durant in this case because what the Rockets lacked last year, especially in the postseason, was a dude who could go get it. And Kevin Durant is a certified go-get-it guy. And that's exactly what they're bringing him in for. But Cooper Flagg is going to be a hell of an impact player for them, for the Mavericks this upcoming season. Let's get to buy or sell statement number 2. Tim Cato, I'll start with you on this one. The defensive player of the year this upcoming season is in this division. Buy or sell. The DPOY is in this division this year.
It's an easy buy. I don't think it's a guaranteed buy because 65 games is really tough. And one of the candidates in this division is, well, I will say, OKC is not in the division.
That's right.
Yeah, and I think Chet would have a chance if Wemby doesn't hit the games mark. Amin Thompson, even though I think he was probably as good of a defender as anybody who was eligible last season, it's really tough for a guard to win it. But between the very distant possibility that Anthony Davis wins it, between Victor Wembanyama's obvious leading candidacy, between Jaren Jackson Jr. as a potential repeat, between your options in Houston, obviously Amin Thompson and Reed Shepherd, between all of those,
I'm going to fight you.
What?
Right now.
Wait, were you just saying that like the
DLLS fight night,
between all of those
me versus
candidates,
Tim Cato, I'm throwing this table
I think
right at your face.
overwhelmingly the defensive player of the it's got to be like 80-20 odds that the defensive player of the year is going to come out of this division. Yeah.
I'm buying cautiously. You never know.
Cautiously.
You never know what's
okay.
going to happen with awards. You just never know. You got to play the number of games, and narrative is a whole thing. But I'm looking at the East, and outside of Evan Mobley, I don't know if there's any realistic candidates. So it's probably going to come from the West. Yeah. And if the Spurs make the play-in, or even if they make the top 6, I think it's Wemby's. If the Mavs make the top 6, it means AD's playing a lot. Could be his. There's a lot of big dudes in the West, and also Amin Thompson could be the guard that gets it. I guess the one X factor would be Lou Dort or Chet, but I think they kind of take votes from each other. And also Alex Caruso is probably better than both of them.
And they're not in this division.
He is, yeah.
either.
and he is unlikely to hit 65 games, just because he could have last season, and they chose not to play him that much.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The second best defense last season was the Orlando Magic. There's not really an outstanding, obvious lead candidate for them either.
Yeah.
Jalen
If Suggs is healthy, maybe.
Yeah, he missed the whole season.
Yeah.
But
Still that
once
good.
again, Jalen Suggs is a guard. They
Yeah.
don't have like that centerpiece defensive guy. I think Franz Wagner gets really underrated on that end, but a lot of their defense does come from high level, like every single player guards and defends. So I would say Suggs is probably the most standout, but Suggs is never going to win a Defensive Player of the Year. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Giannis, and I do wonder, I'm very interested to see what Miles Turner looks like alongside Giannis defensively this upcoming year. But Giannis will be another one that could be a potential Defensive Player of the Year candidate in the East. From David Collins, Caleb Martin, DPOY loading. This is Cope. Well, shout out to you for mentioning Caleb Martin. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Respect.
All right. Buy or sell, statement number 3, Southwest Division style. Kate, I'll start with you on this one. This division will have 2 of the top 6 seeds in the Western Conference this season. This division, the Southwest Division, will have 2 of the top 6 seeds this season. Buy or sell in the West, I should say.
I think based off predictions I've made in the past, I got to sell here. I think Dallas and I think Memphis is definitely out of the picture. For top 6, Memphis is out of the picture. New Orleans is out of the picture. I don't quite have San Antonio that high. I guess between San Antonio and Dallas, you could see one of those two being the 6th seed. But I'm still gonna avoid. But if you force me to do it, I'll sell.
I'm selling.
Yeah.
It would
So
take,
the
it would take,
virtual
it would
lock
take a
being
lot
you-
of misfortune befalling the entire state of California, basically, for
Right.
So the virtual lock out of this division for a top 6 seed is just Houston's, what we believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who of the remaining teams could be a surprise to jump into the top 6
Of
In this
The
division?
West?
in this division?
well, neither the other two. I mean, it's the two options are the Spurs or the Rockets, or sorry, the Spurs or the Mavericks, and there is absolutely plausible cases for both of them to be top 6 next season. But it's just a lot to ask either of them to make those big of jumps while both of them are introducing new young players, and even more specifically than that, both like they'd have to win 10 plus more games than last season,
Okay.
both of them.
Elliot says that they're going to
I
sell
guess
on
Dallas
this
would,
one. Mason Moneyball 41 says if the Southwest Division has 2 of the top 6, then it's going to be Dallas and Houston. So Mason high on the Mavericks when it comes to this question.
Bobby, are you higher on San Antonio or Dallas doing it?
How many games am I getting from Kyrie?
25.
31.
That's a big difference. If it's
25 and
20,
31.
if it's 25, I'm higher on the Spurs. If it's 31, I'm probably higher on the Mavs, maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, 6 games makes that big of a difference, huh?
It does.
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Depends on when they fall, etc. But
It's like you got to assume AD's probably going to miss somewhere between 20 and 30.
Mm-hmm.
Wemby's probably going to miss somewhere in between.
also, 6 more games from Kyrie means that he probably
Yeah, if
comes
6
back
more games from
3
Kyrie means you're probably
weeks
winning
sooner.
3 or
Yeah.
4 more games.
and it probably means he comes back like 2-3 weeks sooner, because there is going to be some games he misses.
Mhm.
Because you're not asking when is he going to come back. You're asking how many games is he going to get. We're not
Mhm.
expecting him to play second nights. Like we don't know, but it just stands to reason that Kyrie is going to come back from an ACL, and it's not going to be perfect every single night. There are going to be nights where it's like, okay, we gotta sit him down. We gotta
we
maybe
do
a
have
little
the-
bit of inflammation, this, that, whatever.
We have the schedule now. So
We do.
starting January 19th, which I don't think any of us expect him back by then. But starting
could see
January
that,
19th,
but-
from January 19th to the end of Feb, or to the end of Jan, Knicks, Warriors, Lakers, Bucks, Wolves, Hornets, Rockets.
Woo!
Okay.
Woo!
And then
Pretty good.
between start of Feb and All-Star break, it is Celtics, Spurs, Suns, Lakers. You're going to have to win a lot of those games. And then after that, it is Wolves, Pacers, Nets, Kings. So it softens up a little bit. Grizzlies, Thunder. Okay, very soft. If you get Kyrie back for those, you're good. But like mid-March, it's Cavs, Pelicans, Hawks, Clippers, Warriors, Nuggets, Blazers, Wolves, Grizzlies, Magic, Lakers, Clippers. Like, you need Kyrie for all of those games.
And they finished up with, is it 14 of their last 17 or 14 of 17 games on the road during a stretch from like
in February and March.
Yeah. So
like you need Kyrie for those games.
Yeah.
So like, but that end of January, if you're not getting Kyrie back for all those games, you could lose a lot of those games. Whereas with him, you could win half of them. And like that is the difference between 6th, 8th, 10th, and we don't want to talk about any of other numbers.
That's right. That's how we play Mavs Buy or Sell here, Southwest Division style here on the DLLS Mavs Show. When we come back, we continue with our Mavs Mailbag Monday here, including this one when it comes to the Mavericks' realistic expectations this year. All that and more coming up next.
I want you to become a diehard right now.
Me?
So we are running the sale still. I don't know. Click the link in the description below. I looked at the site this morning and it might have said $4. It's either going to be $36 or $48 for a full. It's $48 for the whole year. It's not $36 anymore. You missed your chance, you sucker. But hey, it's still only $4 a month for 12 months. That is $48 for a year.
We might want to take the pop up down then.
I also got to do the newsletter, but hey, we got to. I'll tell you about that in the next ad. When you become a diehard, you're paying a fee. All right, it'll surprise you'll find out whenever you give us your credit card information how much you're paying us. But in exchange, you're getting
you
a
can just
whole lot
DM
of
it
stuff.
directly to me.
Yeah.
By the way, that's how it works.
You're getting a lot of stuff. All right, you're getting a free shirt right when you sign up. You got more than 40 of those bad boys to choose from. And if you see 10 of them that you like I own, I think like 10 or 15 different All City shirts. Well, you get a discount on the rest of it. So you get one shirt for free, and as a diehard, you save 20% on any other thing that you see on our website that you like. You also get discount on events. We got an event coming up I'll tell you about in the next segment. You also get access to the DLS Discord, Diehard Discord Lounge. It's a great place to hang out with your fellow diehards. Every channel in there has its own kind of vibe. We're adding more soon, too. College football starts this week. We're adding a college football channel. We're going to add a Wings channel. I might add a Pokemon channel in there.
Okay, let's
go. Would you ever
go.
hop in and mix it up?
Probably not, but
might add a chess channel. Would you ever get in there with me on the chess?
I might get in on the chess channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Kevin Gray's in.
Yeah.
Are you? The only way to be in is to become a diehard. You also get to read the entire website, all that primo written content from folks like Tim and other writers that you know and hopefully love. And you get your physical diehard card. Did I miss any?
No, you good.
All right. Well, you should become a
Love and
diehard.
affection.
Just give me your money.
You're right. This is such a peak August episode. Hey, we appreciate you hanging out with us anyway because we got a lot of content to fill still as we get ready for this upcoming
We got
season.
like 40 more shows before opening night.
I'm circling Media Day as kind of like the
When did we
official-
start that? When did we do the 15 preview segments? Was that after Media Day or was that before?
That was before Media Day.
All right, we're really close to that.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting close. Of
Yeah,
course.
we're like 2 weeks from preview season.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Media Day is going to be September 29th.
Fired up.
For your
There's like
Dallas
4
Mavericks.
segments on Omax Prosper.
No.
Omax
Omax
Day.
show.
Is
It's
Omax
Omax
going
Day.
to be on the roster by the time we
Don't
get
say
to
that. He can hear you.
Okay.
Omax
You have to
watches.
be nice. You have to be quiet about stuff like this. You're gonna hurt his feelings.
We literally talk about the Mavs every day, so it's hard to
He
be
and his
quiet
whole
about that.
family watch.
They do actually watch.
Yeah, they
They
do.
do watch the show.
Yeah, probably not in August though.
Oh.
Well, for their sake, I hope not.
Anyway, let's
Just saying,
continue
there's,
our
like,
Mavs
aren't they-
Mailbag Monday here on the show. As we continue, this comes from Mike at Night 54 on X. Question is, what impact will Frank Vogel have on the team, and will the offense have a new look this season?
I think the offense question is a little bit more interesting with Jay Triano coming in, and me and Bobby were talking about that earlier. You take it from here, Bobby. I don't want to step on the interesting good points you were making.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the baton from Kevin to hand it over to me.
I don't. Well, it didn't seem like you were about to jump in on this.
I was
so-
about to. I
Okay.
was about
Okay.
to. But no, it's all good.
Welcome to DLLS, my guy. Welcome.
So
Welcome.
whenever Jay Toronto was in Sacramento, and partly this is because of Domantas Sabonis. Let's be real. They have Domantas Sabonis. You're building your offense around Domantas Sabonis. But Jay Toronto was kind of the offensive guy. He's run various different offensive systems throughout his career. It's not like he's just been dribble handoff dude for 20 or 30 years or however long he's been in the league. But Sacramento led the league by 57.5 miles in dribble handoffs over the last 2 or 3 years while he was there. And it makes sense. Again, Sabonis is very judicious with the ball. He gets away with a lot of moving screens, and you can use that, rotate your hips, hand the ball off. Dude has a clean driving lane. Whenever you're working with De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, bucket getters like that, you want to pave the way for them. Now, the Mavs playing without Kyrie for as long as they are, they're going to hand the keys to D'Lo, to Brandon Williams, potentially Najee, potentially Cooper Flagg. None of those guys can really just like in space, one-on-one, break down their guy very quickly or effectively and get in the lane and make something happen. And also, I don't think, outside of Kyrie, I don't think any of those guys are really like high-level decision-making, playmaking kind of guys, where if you put them in a spread system, corner shooter, guy in the wing, let's say Clay is just kind of moving around doing whatever, with the big man setting a screen and rolling down the lane, I don't think that guy is just going to be able to make all the right decisions every time, right? Dribble handoffs kind of are the solution to all of those problems because you're simplifying the play. Hey, I'm giving you the ball while you're going this direction. I'm already screened your guy or your guy's pursuing you or whatever, so you don't have to break him down. You don't really have to make a choice because by the time you get the ball, you're already like right on the fringes of the paint. You're 1 or 2 dribbles away from the rim. If there's something there, great. If not, you know exactly where the help is coming from. It's like a quarterback starting in shotgun as opposed to under center. You don't have to back up. You don't have to do any of that. There's no play action. You're just like literally just what is going on? I'm going to make a choice. So you're kind of simplifying it a little bit for the guards. And the Mavs ran a lot of dribble handoffs last year. They ran a lot of dribble handoffs the year before and made it easier for Luka to get a step on his guy, made it easier for the guys last year after Luka was out, Kyrie was out. It made them easier, made their lives easier too. So I expect them to run a lot more. Maybe they don't lead the league, but they're probably going to be a close second. So I would expect those changes and much less spread 5-out pick and roll.
K-Town, good super chat. We'll get to in a second. What I like about a DHO is a lot of times if you run it well, if you run it unpredictably, there are going to be situations where if it's just a normal pick and roll, if it's a ball handler dribbling up top, the defense has more of a chance to set up for it. If you were going to go under that, if the guard was going to go underneath the screen and pop out on the other side, if it was going to be a clean switch, those things get a little bit more confused, a little bit more complicated when you're running it out of a DHO. Now, Dallas is going to run so many of those actions that maybe at times defenses are going to be ready for them, and it does, lose some of that unpredictability. But I would agree that we're going to see a lot of that. They're going to be low in pick and rolls, and they're going to be very high in DHOs. Quite a departure from where things were at one point when Dallas had the best pick and roll ball handler in the NBA. But that's what it is. You adjust to personnel.
Yeah.
And it seems like Jay Triano is a great hire to adjust to what the personnel is this season on the offensive end. As far as Vogel goes, I mean, he was advising Dallas last season. Jason Kidd was the lead assistant under Vogel. Now Vogel is the lead assistant under Jay Kidd. But Jay Kidd comes from came from Vogel's staff, and Vogel has been around the team. A lot of the defense that Jason Kidd has installed over the years has had a lot of similarities with Vogel already. The way that they, really shade towards shade with help defense towards the strong side of the court. They dare the pass to be made to the opposite corner, to the opposite side, try to scramble and recover. There's other nuances there, but I don't think that
it's also a defense Anthony Davis has thrived in throughout the course of his time in Los Angeles.
I think after the opening game, on the show after that game, we'll be here pointing to hey, this offense, this aspect of the offense, this play, this moment, that's the Jay Triano effect. I don't think you're going to have that same recognition of that's Frank Vogel's defense. I think it's just going to be more of the same. Not to say that he's not making an impact, but I think it's going to be a lot subtler where we are going to see specific actionable things to point at where it's like, okay, that is Jay Triano's influence on the Dallas Mavericks this year.
Let's stick with the tactical portion of this as we have a super chat from
K-Town.
$5 super chat.
Thank you, K-Town.
Interested in y'all's take on this. People have questions about the Mavs spacing, yet no concerns for the same with Houston, with their only quality shooters being
Great point.
Dorian Finney-Smith, Kevin Durant, and Fred VanVleet.
It's a great point.
I'm going to flip it around real quick and say Houston was the 5th best defense in the regular season last year. This is something we've talked about on the show. Can Dallas be a top 5 defense next year? That's where some of my hesitation comes from. It's not that the offense is all of a sudden, perfect in Houston, and I do still have concerns about their offense, but they were a defense, like they led with their defense, and it was probably last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, where we had a segment, literally, they all blend together at this point. Sorry. At some point, like I can go and find it.
Just go watch every single one of our shows.
Yeah, for the last 3 weeks. It's
no, for the
definitely
last 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it hasn't been 12 months yet.
That's true.
Yeah. I promise you there was a segment. Can Dallas be a top 5 defense? Because if they're not a top 5 defense, I do have concerns about the offense being good enough to elevate them to where a lot of people kind of see, want Dallas to be. Like how high in the standings they want them to be. For the reasons that we've expressed, point of attack defending, just the availability overall of their best players, the fact that it's a lot of bigs, they don't have as much flexibility. That's where some of my concerns come from. Not that Dallas, not that Houston spacing is just infinitely better. It's more about that concern that Houston's defense drove winning for them. Can Dallas's defense drive winning for them? Do you have any thoughts about the offensive difference
For Houston?
from Houston to Dallas?
Yeah, well, I want to. First, I'll talk about Houston. So they have a lot of lousy shooters. They don't have a lot of space, and they ultimately went with a lot of Şengün, Steven Adams lineups, and they also who'd they just get? They get Capella again. Who'd they get?
Yeah,
They
Capella's
signed
back.
Capella,
Yeah, so
They're going to
they
expect
didn't-
Reece Shepard to play a lot more this year, though, too.
God,
For the record,
don't utter his name.
They did not go double big until they debuted it in the game
against the Mavs. Yeah,
Mavs,
so
yeah.
it was down the stretch.
They went down the stretch. They won a lot for that, but earlier in the year they did not.
If they go with that a lot more, yeah, they're going to have even worse spacing. But like Tim said, their defense was incredible. But I think what they're banking on, first off, is improvement from Amen. Obviously Kevin Durant is much better than Dillon Brooks, but Brooks is super up and down, and is for most of his career has been like average at best shooter, usually is below average, and not the most judicious guy. So, let's say you're swapping him for Dorian. Well, Dorian's pretty much only going to ever take open catch and shoot threes. You would expect over the course of 82 games for Dorian to outshoot Brooks. And then KD, he doesn't take a ton of threes, but he makes almost all of them. But
He has gravity.
What he does for them more than just shooting percentages, and this is why I like, in the last time we were talking about him versus Coop, why I like that addition so much is that he can just get a shot for them. There were so many possessions, especially in the playoffs. They were scoring 82 points against the Warriors. They just
Nobody
could
could
not
go get it.
generate a shot.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do it. Fred, Van Vliet he can catch and shoot, but he can't really break his guy down and get in the lane. There's no one on their team that makes anything easier for anyone else. But KD can just spam 18-footers all day. And for him, that's a great shot. For most guys in the league, putrid shot. Icky, you should feel bad for taking it. But for KD, it's like a layup. He's going to make 50% of those, which is a very good shot. So, yeah, I think the difference that he makes and the difference between Houston and Dallas is even if both teams kind of have lousy three-point shooting, the Rockets have better mid-range scoring, and they also have easier, more spammable offense than the Mavs, even if the Mavs shoot slightly better from three than the Rockets do, which I'm not sure they will, but they could. They could.
As I mentioned, Houston is expecting a leap from Reece Shepard as a shooter for them. So we'll see if that comes to fruition, because if it does, it adds a little bit more potency to their offense that they desperately need given what they've got.
Tari Eason has turned into a very respectable three-point shooter at this point. Steven Adams is the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. Not an exaggeration. The single best offensive rebounder in the NBA.
They get a lot of extra chances, yeah.
Yeah. So they were
Which
the
was
reason.
Houston's best offense last year.
Yeah.
Throw it at the rim
Right.
and get offensive rebounds.
Well, so when he was on the court, out of their entire team, every single player, they had the best offensive rating in the minutes that Steven Adams was on the court, because he's the best offensive rebounder in the NBA and was great at generating second chance looks for them. Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford are not at that level. Also,
Gafford is good. Lively is too, but Gafford is especially good.
Gafford is good, and that is definitely going to be a part of Dallas's offense. It has to be. It has to be that they have to be a top 10, certainly top half of the league, probably top 10 in second chance points.
Let's take our final break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, we finish up our Mavs Mailbag Monday with this fun question when it comes to Cooper Flagg. All that and more coming up next.
First, a couple things. Newsletter stuff. I mentioned it in the last segment. You sign up for the newsletter. Go to alldlls.com. Scroll down to the bottom. I think the link might even be in the show notes. I'm not sure about it. It is. Getting the thumbs up from Tanner. Free to sign up. Or go to alldls.com. Scroll all the way down and sign up there. All we are asking from you is an email address to send the newsletter to. And in exchange, you're going to get a nice roundup of stuff on the site, from the live shows and also some original content. For the last couple months, it's been written by me. But starting later this week, it's going to be written by that guy over there, Ali Jawad, joining us. Welcome to the DLLS family. You'll meet Ali on either today or tomorrow's Cowboy Show. So tune in for that. He's going to be taking over newsletter duties. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you sub to the newsletter. Also, an event we got coming up here 1 week from today, live from the DLLS Sports Studios in Victory Park. We're going to be watching some tape. We're going to be watching some Mavs, maybe some Mavs defense, maybe some Mavs offense. Who knows? I haven't put together the presentation yet, so I don't even know what we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching a little bit of everything and also doing some Q&A. We're going to be having some food. We're going to be having some drinky drinks, also some water. It is only open to diehards. So if you're a diehard, go to alldlls.com/events and sign up for that. Hope to see you all here. It's going to be a really, really good time. I'm looking forward to it. I like watching film. I like learning stuff.
I'm going to have my notepad too. I'm going to be ready to take notes myself.
What kind of stuff do you want to learn and watch?
I want to learn what this whole big lineup's going to look like if the Mavs decide to start Cooper Flagg at point guard.
Jumbo ball?
Jumbo ball.
Okay.
What could that look like offensively and defensively?
All right. Maybe we can try and find some examples of that. Sure. Who knows? Who knows what you're going to find? The only way to find out is to sign up, click the link, or there is no link, alldls.com/events. Click that link. See you in a week.
Appreciate all of you hanging out with us here as we finish up our show.
I bumbled
today.
that one so bad, KJ.
It's all right. We got you. Make sure that you subscribe to DLLS Sports. Join the over 29,400 subscribers already as we get ready to celebrate our 1-year anniversary a week from tomorrow. So make sure you tell your friends and family to subscribe to DLLS Sports as we get ready to celebrate 1 year with our network. Let's finish up here on the show today with our Mavs Mailbag Monday. Thank you so much for submitting all of your questions via social media and our diehard discourse, also here in Super Chats as well. Really appreciate your participation in today's show. Let's finish up with some fun ones here. And let's do this one because I think a lot of anticipation is going to be with Cooper Flagg and his rookie year with the Mavericks and what that's going to look like on the floor. But how about this one? This comes from Cheese_boy on, he's a diehard.
Nice.
Diehard.
Just cheese boy.
Well, I just want to make sure I got it right because they took the time to write the question.
Thank you, Cheese.
Should Cooper Flagg, gentlemen, and chat, should Cooper Flagg participate in the slam dunk contest this season? Should Cooper Flagg participate in the slam dunk this year?
Sure.
I think he should. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want as many exciting things about the Mavericks as I can get this year. And Cooper Flagg being in the dunk contest, I think would be really exciting to see him in that.
I hope Amin Thompson does it.
Amin Thompson would be another great dunk contest participant.
Amin, Cooper
Bobby's
Flagg,
not going to answer this question because he knows how he feels about the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And
I'm a conscientious objector.
That's right. That's right.
You object to dunks?
I object to conscientiousness.
To contests?
Yep.
Plus, I'm ready for another white guy to win the dunk contest. Remember the last white guy to win a dunk contest?
Wasn't it Mac McClung like 8 years in a row or something?
Like 2 years ago.
Didn't he win it?
G-leaguer.
Didn't he win it this year?
That counts.
The last real NBA player to win a dunk contest.
Who won it this year? Wasn't it Mac McClung?
I could not. I didn't watch it. I don't know.
It either.
I haven't watched a dunk contest, I don't think, since Dennis was in it like 8 years ago.
I don't even remember.
The last real
He got robbed.
Actual NBA player that was a white guy to win a dunk contest. Can you name him?
Tom Chambers?
No.
Tim Legler?
No. Did win a 3-point contest though, but no. 1996.
Larry Bird.
All-Star game was in San Antonio.
John Bradley. I'm just kidding. I don't know. No idea.
John Stockton,
I got a chatter that's close.
John Barry, Rick Barry, Brent
How about his
Barry.
Brent Barry, Rick Barry's son, Brent Barry. Do you know what team he was playing for?
Who can forget that magical night?
San
And where was it? San Antonio?
Chaparrals.
He was a member.
The Houston Rockets.
The
if I remember-
Texas Oilers.
No, if I remember correctly, Brent Barry was a member of the Los Angeles Clippers.
You don't even know it for sure?
You can fact check me.
I won't.
I have never
I object.
doubted anything you've ever told me in your life.
That's
so
sweet of
why
you,
would I
Tim.
fact?
Should have
check
saved
you?
that question for Trivia Tuesday.
This is kind of embarrassing.
Why? You don't even like the All-Star game, so why would I save that for you? for
well,
trivia?
I know, but I
This
like
is
winning.
Trivia
I like
Monday.
playing trivia. I would have racked
Trivia
my
Monday.
brain.
Ooh,
No.
We should do a Trivia Tuesday that's just all-star questions just to annoy
I,
Bobby.
I'll take that day off.
Yeah. Well, it's All-Star August.
Wow.
I,
Maybe we'll do a trivia
I have
one
no
day with
words
all
for you.
slam dunk questions. Let's see if the guys can do that. But yes, 1996, the All-Star game was in San Antonio. Brett Barry won the dunk contest. Last real white NBA
have you ever been
player.
to the Alamo Dome?
I was just there. I didn't go. I didn't get a chance to go in, but was just there a couple weeks ago in San Antonio. Beautiful.
You know, it'd be
Like
fun.
the original one? Like
I
the
read a story
the
about
original Alamo
it's
Dome.
still,
Yeah.
it's still
still
standing?
there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it'd be
it is.
fun is since Stein loves Trivia Tuesday so much, just turn around on him, do one that's all NBA Cup questions. just to
Oh,
troll
we should.
him.
We should. There, I
He'd
mean,
be
there's
so
a
upset.
there's a long history
Yeah,
to
exactly.
draw from there.
Way back.
Who
2 years
won
ago.
West Group C in
Yeah.
2024? I went to a Spurs game at the Alamo Dome, and they had like the curtain up and everything. It was
Yeah.
very
You
bizarre.
see any bats?
No,
There's
Could you
a lot
bring
of
some
bats.
curtains
this was
back
in
for
this
Jerry
was
to
in
use at
2001.
But there
Oh,
were a
wow.
lot of bats.
Game 1, second round between Mavs and the Spurs. I forget who it was, but there was a Mav. Was it Danny Manning? There was a Mav that got a flagrant 2, got kicked out of the game for fouling the absolute heck out of
Is that Chelsea
possibly
Manning's dad?
Sean Elliott, maybe Steve Smith. I don't remember.
Steve Spagnuolo?
No, it was Derek Anderson? Was he on the Spurs? I don't know. There was a really violent foul. The
I went
Mavs lost
to
by
high
a
school with
lot.
the Derek Anderson.
And
Not that
it
one.
was game 1. So it was 1-0 after the series. And there was a bunch of Mavs fans. Cuban bought a bunch of seats for Mavs employees and their families to go. So it was like a bunch of Mavs people wearing these bright orange shirts. It was really tough.
Y'all really stood out.
We were
huh?
all outside after the game, like waiting for the bus or whatever. I don't know. And a bunch of Spurs fans were coming up. There was a group of them that were chanting, 3 down, 1 to go. 3
Oh,
down. It's like,
wow.
it's game 1. Like, what do you mean?
Wow.
Like, how many halves did you beer?
And by the way, Cato, I did fact check myself, and I was exactly correct. 1996, San Antonio, Brent Barry, a member of the Los Angeles Clippers, won the dunk contest. Can you tell me who won the 1995 slam dunk contest?
Oh
No.
my God.
No, I cannot.
We only have 7 minutes left. How far can we stretch this?
We have three
Yeah,
more
we have more
questions.
I'm about to get
questions?
to one last question. It was
Well,
Harold.
we skipped a question
Who?
last segment.
Harold Miner, member of the Miami Heat back in '95.
Oh.
Let's
Unforgettable.
Get to that's right.
We didn't talk about PJ either.
We talked about a little bit of PJ last week with the contract extension.
Yeah.
But the question was the confidence in a PJ. This comes from Cliff Beruter.
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 Yeah.
Cliff
He's my
Beruter.
college RA. I've said this on the show before.
Oh, you know
yeah,
this
shout
person.
out Cliff.
Oh, okay, shout
Yeah,
out to
good
Cliff.
dude. Great dude.
Confidence in a PJ Washington contract extension. He's eligible for that August 29th, where he's eligible for a 4-year, nearly $90 million contract extension. Confidence in a PJ extension getting done when he's eligible?
I don't have a good sense of it when it comes to doing a reported informed decision. I don't have a good sense of it. I went with my gut. I think it probably gets done, but I think there's a scenario where it doesn't. How's that for really
Yeah,
putting my
that's-
foot down?
Fence sitting behavior.
Yeah.
A
You
lot
ever
of
sat on a
hedging,
fence?
my guy. A lot of
All right.
Look,
hedging.
like you're saying fence sitting as if like this is easier for me. Have you ever tried to sit on a fence? It's not comfortable.
That's why your
That's
neck
a
is all
great
messed
point,
up.
yeah,
Cato.
exactly. Like I'm
I
the best
think
point you
that
made.
That's a great point.
I think I'll give a take.
Okay.
I think PJ is worth more than the max that he can sign for.
yeah.
So that means he would need to go test free agency to go find that. Oh, you okay with that?
Well, no, I'm for him. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, unless he's really happy here or whatever. But like, and that's why I keep coming back to if he's going to get sent to the bench or come off the bench or whatever, even if he's playing the same amount of minutes, whatever, like the stature of coming off the bench in a contract year. But the max he can sign for is what, like 22.5 per year or something.
Right.
I think he's worth more than that. I think he's a better player than Kyle Kuzma. So, he should get more than Kyle Kuzma.
How much is Kuzma making this upcoming year?
27 or something.
Yikes,
Like
man.
PJ is really, really, really good. So I like for him to
That's
sign
gross.
for 4 for 90 or whatever it is. I think that he's limiting his value again, unless he's really happy here and all that stuff. In which case,
but if
great,
he signs that
great deal by
contract,
the Mavs.
if
Great
he
deal
signs
for the
that
Mavs.
contract, there is no guarantee he is staying in Dallas.
That's true.
If he signs under his value, it makes him one of the most tradable players in the NBA.
Yeah.
And on a team, on a roster where he's coming off the bench because he does not fit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not a clear move for him. So even if he were to be really happy in Dallas and say, well, you guys have been so good to me. I went to the final. I started on a finals.
The Mavs would
You're
never
not starting.
trade a guy that's
And there's-
happy here.
and there's
They'd
no
never trade a
immediate-
guy that's happy.
There is no immediate path for him to be a starter. There is no immediate path for him to be a 32-minute per night guy like he was, except for the fact that Anthony Davis just may always. But like the two guys starting ahead of him are going to start ahead of him whenever healthy, and one of them is the future of the franchise. The future most important player on the team. And the other guy is the guy that is the general manager's best friend who he traded, Luka Doncic for. So PJ Washington, if you're
This is
happy
because
here,
Anthony Davis wants to play the 4.
All right, can I?
but they also have centers, so
Yeah,
it's not even a scenario where it's
yeah.
like, okay, well Anthony Davis, like he's finally gonna get the picture, and he's gonna realize okay, he should play the 5, and PJ slots into the 4. There is no path to him for PJ being on this roster as anything other than 6 man. If he signs below his value, there is a very high degree of possibility that he just gets traded at some point. And so it is a very catch-22. The more I talk about it, the more I talk myself into the idea that he is not going to re-sign an extension.
Let me run down a list of guys. All right. So I guess Kyle Kuzma got a new deal. I don't know. But anyway, he makes 22.5 this year. All right, which is what PJ's AAV would be if he signed max. Mikal Bridges, I'm not including him because he just signed an extension, so he's kicking in. Jabari Smith, $24.4 million.
Okay.
Average annual value. I feel like PJ is probably better than him at this point.
I would agree.
I
with
would
that.
say he's better than
I
him.
would,
With who?
Jabari Smith. Junior, not senior.
Mm-hmm.
It's close, but
DeMar DeRozan, $24.6 million. I think PJ is probably better than DeMar.
Yeah, PJ just does more than DeMar.
John Collins, $25 million. PJ is probably better than John Collins.
it's pretty close. I'd say that's like, I think John Collins has a lot of, I think they're very similar
I
players.
think it's a little closer. Yeah.
Miles
Yeah.
Bridges, $25 million. No comment.
Same.
Tobias Harris, $26 million. I think
PJ's
better than Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay, Jaren Jackson, he just got an extension. He doesn't count. Jaden McDaniels, $26.2 million. That one is tough. Andrew Wiggins, $27.2 million.
I'm taking PJ over Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Chris
Yeah.
Middleton, $31 million. Like KP, $30 million. Jalen Johnson, $30 million. That's where you probably
that's
getting
a steal of a deal.
Yeah.
So.
So it's, I don't know, man. There's a lot of players that make more than PJ's average annual value that I think PJ is better than right now. So it's
And
tough.
maybe he bets on himself then, if that's the case, and goes into free agency next year, or he could take
I still
the
think
guaranteed $22.5 million that's sitting there for him right now.
I am still cracking myself up at the idea that the Lakers are going to have cap space next year. Just a funny concept. Is it
There's
not?
going to be several teams with cap space next year. They're going to be good teams that are going to be having some room. Now, 2027, that's the year where you start looking around and thinking, okay, Giannis could be available, Jokic. There's going to be some big names available in 2027. But, yeah, 26 has got some interesting teams that are going to have some cap space that you look at PJ Washington, the skill set that he has, he could fit, right in with. So, again, it's a matter of taking the 22.5 guarantee that's right there in front of you 2 weeks from now, or taking a real bet on yourself that you can have the kind of year that will still allow you to get to free agency and make the kind of money that would allow him to feel comfortable about making that decision. So
all I'm trying to say is that if he signs the deal, it's a win for the Mavs.
it's a win for the Mavs if he
Like,
signs that extension.
it's a good thing.
2 weeks from now.
My
for
gut
sure.
says he's gonna sign it. My brain says that he might be better off not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
That's where I
surprised if
fall.
he tested free agency.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Bet on yourself. Granted, that could go really poorly. He could get hurt. The Mavs could stink. He could have a really bad year. Like, he shot it really poorly for stretches of last season. He also played incredibly well
I don't think
for
he makes
large stretches of last season.
I don't think he makes it for agency if he doesn't extend with Dallas. They wouldn't move him.
Well, thank you to all of you for hanging out with us here on today's episode. And thanks so much for your participation with our Mavs Mailbag Monday. Hopefully you had a lot of fun like we did on today's show. Appreciate our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good. As always, thank you, sir. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. That's our Mavericks analyst, Bobby Curl. That is our Mavericks beat writer, Tim Cato. I'm your host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Monday. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.